What it do, man? It's your boy MachineZo MachZody, and we coming back with another react. This time we is reacting to one of my faves, one of the goats of the 2020 era, the COVID era, Trap Lord Ross. If you don't know, now you know. Subscribe to him. We is gonna react to Diddy and Meek Mill. They say they became good business partners and then had a relationship. Before we get into that, though, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. You probably gonna hear my son in the background. This little man is crazy, but this is who I do it for. This is what I do for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love God to death. So all the fathers out there that's there for their little ones, salute. But this is the video. We gonna get into this Diddy and Meek Mill situation, see what's going on.
Philadelphia street rapper who beat the odds. He had served multiple prison bids and still managed to release hit records that dominated the charts. But then that embarrassing L from Drake came, followed by his label drama with Mayback Music Group. And by 2024, what was once a meteoric rise had turned into a struggle to stay.
I always wonder what happened to him, because Meek Mill is a true hip-hop MC. The boy got lyrics, the boy got bars. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, with the hip-hop music business, it ain't always about talent. Sometimes it's about your off-court shenanigans or off-mic shenanigans. So I always thought, like, why is Meek Mill fell off? Like, the dude can rap. So I just never understood it. Maybe this is the reason.
But just when it seemed like things couldn't get any worse for Meek, the Diddy scandal erupted.
Singer Cassie has accused hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs of and a decade of physical abuse.
Like, no offense, like, Cassie bad. She probably like an 8, 9, maybe 10 to somebody. I'm from the south. I'm from the south side, and I like them thick, bro. She too goddamn skinny. But that's just my opinion. That's just me. She's very pretty, but just too goddamn skinny. But I don't body shame shit. I used to see my baby mama.
The two were romantically involved for years, but in a lawsuit made public today, Cassie says there was a pattern of
everybody
control,
right here. This lawsuit,
drug use, and encounters.
Multiple lawsuits crashed down on
what
the Diddler,
encounters, my
alleging
boy?
everything from trafficking to domestic
can't say it
violence
on TV.
to assault.
Oh!
In the midst of this legal firestorm, Rodney Jones, Diddy's former producer,
Bean pie, my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother.
spent over a year in the music mogul's inner circle, would drop perhaps the most explosive lawsuit of all. The 73-page bombshell that turned the world of hip-hop upside down with a damning footnote.
CVJ, your name up in there. Woo.
That P. Diddy actually had
a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Now, if they was trying to be secretive, this is basically like this is just telling you who it is. Everybody know who's from Philly who dated Nicki, and Nicki Minaj is one of the biggest in the game. So this is like, you might as well just said Meek Mill.
Relationship with the Philadelphia rapper. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought Diddy was finished? The breadcrumbs were laid out, and internet detectives wasted no time connecting them directly to Meek's doorstep. As these allegations against Diddy's multiplied like a
And the thing is, before we even get into this, and I start making jokes, there is nothing wrong with being gay. The problem that we have is truth. Nobody likes liars. Just be truthful with yourself. However the outcome is, or however things go, it's always good to be truthful. If everybody's gonna talk, as long as they got a mouth. But damn, just be honest. You playing gangster, acting hard, acting tough, acting like you just a heterosexual man, but on the low, you like other men. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not cool. What's cool is being honest.
The corner of his lip,
Regardless
the public began scrutinizing
like.
the true nature of Meek and Diddy's relationship with fresh eyes. And as social media sleuths dug deeper,
look at this. He went from looking hard, band-aid over your eye, look beat up, to looking fruity. These niggas got matching fits on. This is crazy. This is like boyfriend and girlfriend shit.
It became clear that the clues had been hiding in plain sight all along.
Hey, what's up, King Son?
King
Man, you
Son.
doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
That boy cooling off his bottom, ain't it? He putting in that work. What that mean? Like, niggas gotta, like, explain themselves, bro. Like, you can't just be saying that shit.
I love you. Yeah.
So today, we're taking a closer look into the bizarre and sus relationship.
Why he biting his lip like that, bro? Look at this shirt, bro. Niggas swear just getting a designer shirt. These designers, that's be setting y'all up. That's what it is. These designers be gay and be putting that gay image on y'all, bro. You think all these fucking chains gonna make the fact that this shirt is terrible and it's a
Meek
turtleneck.
Mill and Diddy to determine if they were truly just industry friends and mentor-mentee as they claimed, or perhaps if something more intimate was happening behind closed.
Look at this shit, bro. Diddy clearly the boyfriend and he the girlfriend. Like, bro, cheeky and haha, and bro, ain't that much debt in the world, bro. Made me link up with another nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck how much money you got.
doors, sometimes seemingly even in front
Money
of
ain't
the camera.
everything. Like, money, all money ain't good money, bro. On God.
The singer Cassandra Ventura, known as Cassie, today filing suit against ex-boyfriend Sean Combs.
P. Diddy,
This is just some shaking my head shit, bro. It's all around, bro.
accused of assault by producer Lil Rod. Put a picture full mask.
Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in intercourse with
Woo! Sexual intercourse.
5. That's redacted. He's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Yo, Meek, we were playing around with that mic.
So is this why Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill broke up? Or is this like some after shit? I don't know, man. The world ain't never know. See, this is why I just stick to the music. I don't try to keep in personal people's life. I don't idol people because motherfuckers be weird. Only idol God.
If you don't get a Twitter rant saying you about to get Lil Rod killed, you about to shoot up his block, blow his mama's house up, this is saying that you...
Or you could just be honest, bro. Like, shit, man, when I get off that drink, this what happened. Or when I smoke a little this, or when I do a little that. Or I'm just, you know what I'm saying, I got sexual assault. I don't know what your reason is, but whatever your reason is, man, come out, bro. All that down low shit, bro, be crazy.
and Diddy
I
were
ain't got nothing wrong with
fornicating.
you being
What
gay.
the
I got something wrong with you being
Like,
down
I can't
low.
even imagine such debauchery and such happening.
Cause you know what I'm saying, we doing gangster shit, bro. You know what I'm saying, and you looking at a nigga ass and checking a nigga out, bro. Like, that's the down low shit. I don't know what type of this shit crazy.
To a gangster rapper like me,
The booty bandits.
Doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You
Chopping
putting in that
food.
work. Proud of you. I love you.
But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it.
Damn.
All the people that went to the Puffy party. It was all the people that did.
Damn. All the motherfuckers. Sorry, y'all. Got a motherfucking ad. The default paid. Now we back to it.
Did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
oh no, Queen. We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no.
Okay, because I do.
Oh shit, she was throwing shots. Daddy Diddy. Hey, yo.
You see, Sean Diddy the Diddler Combs has long positioned himself as hip-hop's ultimate gatekeeper, the kingpin who could make or break.
That boy got money and just lost it, bruh. Lost all of it. You shouldn't have never, ever, ever gave this nigga a fucking check, bruh. He fucked that hoe all the way up, bruh. Talking about tarnishing your name. You can never come back from this, bruh. You can try to change your name as many times as you want to, brother. Love, peace, harmony, whatever the fuck you want to change your name to, bruh. You done for, bruh.
careers
Shit crazy.
with a single cosign. So for young artists, getting Diddy's attention was a golden ticket to exclusive circles, tight circles, industry connections, and the kind of mentorship that no streaming revenue could buy. And for a street rapper like Meek Mill, fresh out of prison on weapons and drug charges, Diddy may have represented
gonna
a
lie,
bridge
bro,
between the
look a little
block
weird.
and the boardroom. He was looking for someone to come on board and have his back, but not in the prison sense. The timing of their connection couldn't have been more perfect for Meek. For one, he was still relatively unknown outside of Philadelphia's
That boy got
underground
1,
scene, having
2,
spent
3,
years
4.
grinding through mixtapes and dealing with legal troubles that could have ended his career before it truly began. His 2008 arrest on drug and gun charges had resulted in a probation sentence that would haunt him for nearly a decade, making industry connections even more crucial for legitimizing his transition from the streets to mainstream success. The two most likely crossed paths after Meek inked his deal with Rick Ross's Mayback music group in 2011. 2011. Since Diddy and Rose had been running in the same circles, this connection put Meek within the splash distance of hip-hop's billion-dollar boss. What made this relationship particularly significant was the cultural cachet that it represented. Diddy wasn't just a successful businessman, he was a symbol of black excellence in an industry that had historically exploited its artists. So for Meek, who had watched young men in the hood like himself fall victim to the streets, he narrowly escaped that fate himself, aligning.
That boy ain't had not one feature on his body. This a fat, chubby nigga, bro. Salute.
Diddy represented the ultimate validation that he had truly made it out of the trenches. And as Meek's stock rose with Mayback Music,
that boy that just goddamn had DC on the chain wearing proud. You thought the D stand for dream, is dick chaser.
Diddy's interest in the rising star began to grow, an interest that got thicker and hardened as time went on. Likewise, Meek, still with the streets in his blood, but the boardroom in his sights, likely
boy, folks probably about 40 years old, bro, got a lollipop in his mouth in the club, gang. Like, I get it, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, you might be a sucker, you know what I'm saying, on the low on the crib. I don't really eat lollipops, not even like, it's just some shit I just don't do. But a lollipop in the club and this nigga cheesing like this, you don't even know he throwing up either, bro, just cheesing.
Looking at Diddy with puppy eyes, like the OG who could teach him how to turn street fame into generational wealth. And they would soon start popping up together at industry events like the Live Beach Party in 2013 and the Time Warner Cable Studio After Party in February 2014. These early public appearances established a pattern that would define their relationship for years to come. Unlike typical industry networking, where artists might take a quick photo and move on, Meek and Diddy seemed to genuinely enjoy each other's company. Then in 2015, Meek would level up big time, landing one of the biggest female
like
rap and pop stars ever, Nicki Minaj, as both his collaborator and his girlfriend. The same year that power couple started dating, that's Meek and Nicki, he would also release his sophomore album, Dreams Worth More Than Money, which would land him his first #1 album, as well as winning top rap album at the 2016 Billboard Music Awards. During this period, Meek continued to build his relationship with Diddy professionally, maintaining his industry connections while his career was on the rise, getting harder by the day. And while Meek and Nicki were building an image of one of music's favorite power couples, Diddy kept himself in their orbit like a proud husband sitting in the hotel cuck chair. And
hey, yo.
Chevy Super Cruise powered by OnStar. And Motor Trend's Best Tech Award for hands
and co-signing their movements like a proud uncle at graduation. Meek and Diddy also had hit the studio together for the track Cold Hearted off Meek's new chart-topping album, putting their mentor-mentee relationship on wax for the whole world to hear, with Meek shouting out Diddy together with the other big dogs of the rap game, Jay-Z and Baby aka Birdman. But then, in January 2017, Meek and Nicki would officially call it quits, causing one of the first major L's for the Philly rapper in the public eye. However, on the rebound, Meek's connection with Diddy only got
that boy kind of fumbled on God, bro. He had him one, but I ain't gonna lie, that fake ass shit, bro, I'm not with it, bro. Yeah, that shit for the birds.
And harder, like he traded one powerful relationship for another. Diddy was helping Meek get over his heartbreak, and the two were popping up everywhere together, popping bottles in VIP, hanging out in pools, and popping out at events. To the public eye, they were just two hustlers who had beaten the odds, one from the crack era and one from the trap era, both supporting each other.
I'm with Diddy on another level. Ooh, it's your birthday.
You with Diddy on another level? What that mean? Hey, run them lyrics back, bro. Nigga think freestyling, you that shit coming from the heart.
But what the public didn't fully understand at the time was how unusual this level of closeness was in the hip-hop and street cultures. While mentorship relationships are common, the industry typically maintains certain boundaries between established moguls and rising artists. And the fact that Diddy and Meek were spending so much personal time together and appearing at each other's private events so often suggested a bond that transcended typical business relationships. On paper, it was the perfect alliance. However, in April 2019, we would see the first piece of evidence that their bond might have been something that the streets was not ready to hear about. At Coachella that year, Meek and Diddy rolled up looking like they shared a style.
This is crazy, bro. This is one of the weirdest pictures you can ever fucking take, bro. You gotta put it in the Hall of Fame of weird pictures. They got a fucking midget in fucking middle of them with a Gucci headband. Matching fits. Everything about the fit matching. Diddy like he the man, he pimping this shit, and this nigga looking like a sissy. What is really going on?
With matching fits and all. A move that seemed harmless at the time, but would later be labeled Exhibit A in the zesty courts of public opinion. The picture of their matching outfits quickly made its way online and started circulating across social media. At the time, it sparked some jokes, a few side eyes, but nothing career-threatening. Just two rich dudes with the same stylist who couldn't keep their hands off each other.
Let me know, YouTube family. Like, you and your best friend, you and your mans, you and your day one that you grew up with, bro. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might got the same kicks. You know what I'm saying? J's pop out, same release. We rocking the same kicks. But is you and your mans, you and Bestie, you and your day one, are y'all rocking matching fits? Let me know. Is this normal? Like, is this okay? Is this straight man activity? Is this gay man activity? Is this too much of a bromance? How do y'all feel about two men wearing the same outfits popping out of the function? Let me know.
Right? But the thing is, this wasn't just a one-off situation, and a month later, in May 2019, footage emerged from what seemed like a casual hangout at one of Diddy's properties. The video showed Meek taking a little dip in Diddy's pool, and the clip itself...
First of all, is any hangout with Diddy casual? Seemed like that man was a freak, certified freak. The bosses of the bosses of freaks. Like, it wasn't nothing freaky that nigga wasn't doing. This look freaky right here.
Innocent enough until Diddy spoke.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
Yeah, this one of them, bro. You should have muted the video on something, bro. Like, let him say this, bro, and putting this out, and you can't do nothing about it. It's a billionaire, bro. You put yourself in a bad situation. Really
proud of you. I love you.
Diddy's word choice for Meek struck many viewers as unusual for a standard mentor-mentee relationship, or for a standard male friendship for that matter. But just like the matching fits in the photo, this footage made the rounds in the blogs, raising some eyebrows and causing
crazy.
Relentless clowning. But
it could be trolling, you know what I'm saying? Like, when your homies, when you homies, you like, it's one of them insider jokes, like, you know, like, we just be playing, bro. I'll never ever just be calling you daddy just because it be funny. But it could be one of them. But also, that could be the cover up. He just could be calling that man daddy for real. That's like some shit they do behind closed doors.
He disappeared into that internet graveyard where most celebrity content goes to die. But what no one knew at the time was that these seemingly innocent interactions would later come out in a much darker light. By the time the 2020s rolled around, Diddy was sitting on his throne, dripping dough and baby oil, playing the kingmaker in the rap industry. The bad boy mogul's parties were as legendary as ever, and if you got that invite, you truly made it to the top, and there was a lot of top. But while the mainstream media was busy gassing up Diddy's billion-dollar empire, platforms made up of the most dedicated internet sleuths like Lipstick Alley and Reddit were operating.
They said, so 27 said, nah, he ain't, and they said 56 said he was about as straight as Elton John. Celebs think are gay or bi, but everyone leaves to be straight. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's why I didn't mind my business, because he be doing a lot of suspect shit, bro. Too many suspect moments or suspect accolades, bro. We just gonna call it what it is.
The rumor mill, pumping out gossip that wouldn't see the light of day on Billboard until years later. These digital underground networks had been tracking patterns in celebrity behavior.
This pic is crazy. Diddy is letting this nigga just... The pink shirts, like, bro, you can't beat the allegations, man. You got, I don't know, bro. This is very odd for a billionaire. Let a nigga hold up on you like that.
Long before mainstream media had caught on, users would compile photo evidence, analyze social media interactions, and connect the dots that traditional journalism either missed or chose to ignore. The speculation about Diddy's sexuality had been circulating in these spaces for years, with users pointing to everything from his party guest lists to his business relationships as potential evidence. Folks on these platforms would...
Man, that man rich, bruh. Come on now, put it like this. He rich as hell, bruh. That's what it is, bruh. If he like men... He just ain't want to put it out there, I guess, because he feel like it's going to fuck up his businesses. But honestly, if Diddy would have came out, especially in the Biden administrative area, that little 4-year period, if he would have came out and said that he was bisexual or like men or whatever the case is, his businesses would probably go up. But all that hiding and lying shit, bro, that's why your name getting tortured.
To connect the dots and cook up theories about Meek and Diddy's suspect relationship. The speculation ranged from subtle hints about their sexuality to theories that Meek and Diddy were genuinely lovers in a full-blown relationship.
Yeah, he made this man sassy. Them first pics I seen, he was hardcore. He was from the Philly trenches of the block. This right here, this is like white girl poses.
But it wasn't just anonymous keyboard warriors running up the rumor mill. In 2022, Nicki Minaj, who had spent 3 years booed up with Meek Mill from 2015 to 2017 before sending him packing, hopped on Instagram Live with Soulja Boy, suggesting that she knew rappers in the industry were hiding their true sexualities.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
That's crazy. Hold on, we gonna get it. Soulja Boy getting his hair done and motherfucking hairline still crooked. But shout out to him, you a legend.
Oh no, Queen. We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no. We don't know about that.
Boy, that boy loves some drama, boy. That's a straight. She giving that boy ammo. And he just loading up the Draco. Ready to fire that motherfucker straight at me, Mill.
Okay.
Headshots.
Cause I do.
Now, at the time, nobody knew who she was talking about, but later,
Look at this Queen Elizabeth ass outfit, bruh. Tell me a queen wouldn't wear this, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, this shit crazy. And then the turtleneck, bro. This nigga looked like a gay model, both of them.
speculated that she might well have been talking about Diddy and Meek all along. People just figured that Nicki was doing what Nicki does best, stirring the pot and keeping her name popping. While all this chatter was bubbling in the digital streets, though, Meek was doing business as usual with Diddy. The man was still publicly stepping out with Puffy, appearing at his events and letting him play big homie in his career, and perhaps letting him play elsewhere. If he was aware of the rumors, he showed no signs of concern. Whether this was him being oblivious to the...
Even this looks sus, bro. There's a man, of course, in front of you taking the pic.
Or simply betting that they would never reach the mainstream is impossible to know. But what is clear is that he made a choice to maintain his close association with Diddy, that looking back at now...
Every pic this man looks suspect, bro. But that's why I said too many suspect. Like, I don't want to know if you gay, bro. I'm straight. Dead ass, bro. Like, if you want to find out if a nigga gay, sound like you want to date him. So that's why I just leave it at that. Like, nigga doing some gay shit, it just switching and moving and talking weird. I'ma just assume that that's what you is. I'm gonna keep it in my head. I ain't gonna be like, bro, I ain't gonna ask you. But shit.
Been the biggest career L he could have possibly taken, but Meek wouldn't realize just how costly this mistake would be.
Look at all this. Look, motherfucker, Sean Combs, Justin D.R. Combs, Lucian Grange. Motherfucker got niggas.
Till February 2024, when the Diddler's allegations finally came to light.
Trigger warning. They put that bitch in a seal. He cooked.
Now, the countdown to catastrophe began in 2024 when security footage hit the internet.
Right now, he beating up Cassie right now. They gotta blur it out due to YouTube guidelines, but yeah, if you ain't see the video, he crashed out on Cassie. She walked out on a freak off.
Showing Diddy assaulting his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hotel hallway back in 2016.
Butt naked,
Visual confirmation of allegations that she had made in a lawsuit filed earlier. After Cassie's lawsuit, the floodgates were blown wide as a cheap twink's back doors. To put things into perspective, Cassie's lawsuit didn't just open legal doors.
I ain't gonna lie, that's how you know P. Diddy had power, because we didn't know nothing about this, not Nathaniel. We ain't know nothing. We ain't know these niggas were getting bust down. We ain't know nothing about the freak offs. That boy had real power. As soon as he got locked up, all the truth got exposed. Shout out to Cat Williams, one of my favorite comedians, because he said this shit was going to happen. Like, the motherfucker was a prophet.
Mentally shifted the cultural conversation around Diddy. For decades, he had maintained an image as a successful businessman and cultural icon, with any negative stories getting buried or dismissed as just industry gossip. But the specific detailed nature of Cassie's allegations, combined with the shocking video evidence, created a perfect storm that made previously unthinkable accusations suddenly seem credible. It provided a template for other victims to come forward, creating a cascade effect that would ultimately overwhelm Diddy's ability to control the narrative. By the end of 2023, 3 more lawsuits had crashed down on Diddy's empire, and each packed with allegations that made jaws drop, and not in the good way. As 2024 kicked off, lawsuits against Diddy started piling up like bodies. Either kind of bodies. Multiple accusers would come forward with allegations ranging from assault to trafficking and racketeering. The man who...
Man, all that freaky 90s shit, he probably could have got away with it if this was the 90s. You know, less cameras, you know, more word of mouth, you could pay more people off and shit. Economy prices, shit. You guys damn saving money. But these days, bro, you should have left that shit in the 90s, bro. There's too many cameras. The price is too high. People want goddamn too much money.
Can't Nobody Hold Me Down had allegedly been holding several men and women down and was now drowning in legal paperwork. And this situation would be hard to get a handle on, like a leaky bottle of baby oil. But outside of Cassie's lawsuit, there would be another that garnered a lot of attention from the public. That's when Diddy's former producer, Lil Rod, real name Rodney Jones, who'd spent over a year in the mogul's tight circle, producing tracks for his latest album, went fully nuclear, filing a 73-page lawsuit that overshadowed all of the previous allegations. The suit detailed disturbing behavior, including allegations of drugging drinks, coordinating recording encounters without consent, and running what amounted to a criminal enterprise.
That boy gotta bleep shit out, and this is a real federal indictment, boy. How? This is what I have a real question. How? Is it a RICO and it's one nigga in it? They should have just called it a FRICO. Cause nigga, you so freaky, bro. They done made a RICO for just you, and you the only nigga in it. Crazy.
As a music empire. During these late night recording sessions, Diddy and Lil Rod had allegedly created some...
This like some freaky shit. The nigga on the right, like the almost boss, you got to beat of the freaky niggas. And then Diddy, the ultimate freaky nigga boss. Like, once you beat him, you see Diddy. And he like the hardest level ever. Nigga, it's gonna take you weeks to beat this nigga. Freaky man.
Absolutely disgusting recordings. And that's just the music they made together. But while the main text discussed activities allegedly coordinated by Diddy, it also had a footnote buried on page 13 that would set social media on fire. A footnote described a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj allegedly having sexual relations with Diddy. There was no direct name, no explicit accusation, but it really didn't take much for the internet to connect the dots and figure the description might well have been a flashing neon sign pointing at Meek Mill. Within hours, old trails of Meek and Diddy's bromance would surface online. That daddy comment in the pool, those matching outfits, the constant appearances together. But this time, it wouldn't be seen as two friends being overly close. It was now seen through a different and greasy lens. With people joking about Diddy being the dominant in their alleged relationship, even Nicki's 2020 comment about undercover brothers in the industry resurfaced and went viral again, with fans claiming she'd been trying to warn everyone all along and eagerly waiting to see if Nicki would spill the tea. Now, Nicki's comment carried extra weight because of her unique position on the situation. As Meek's ex-girlfriend, who had been intimately involved in his life during the climax of his relationship with Diddy, she would have insider knowledge about the dynamics that the public never saw. Meek would try to defend himself almost immediately after the allegation.
What? I'm from Philly. I don't do coke or freaky Molly. Nobody won't even offer me coke because I'm not heavy. No man or whatever approached me about gay activity, and the whole place then got flipped. Woke up seeing this on every blog like they knowing I'm coming. Whoa, ain't gonna lie, bro. That nigga got flipped. Any nigga that say, goddamn, I don't do coke, do coke. Any nigga say, goddamn, no man has offered me gay activity, has been offered gay activity, because guess what, bro? Nobody asked you, bro. Nobody asked you if you do coke and all that shit. Sound like that shit is tapping in your guilty conscience. This shit a confession.
What followed was a series of tweets seemingly designed to affirm his straightness, posts that ironically came across as desperate rather than convincing. In one tweet, Meek would brag about having twice a day when he had a woman around. He would follow that up claiming he was gangster, and then threaten to trash any...
Yeah, he ain't even talking like how real niggas talk. Yeah, I have sex twice a day. But then niggas talk about that, bro. If you not gay, bro, just leave it at that, bro. Hell no, I don't fuck with him like that, bro. We just on some business shit, bro. If he was really not gay, niggas would sense the energy and feel it. But the way he defending himself, niggas is knowing. Bro, you ain't even defending yourself right.
Played with his manhood, anyone but Diddy, I guess. But these attempts at damage control fell flat. The internet turned into a digital firing squad with Meek as the target. Fans cooked up AI-generated tracks with Meek's voice spitting bars of...
I'ma keep it G, bro. I don't love money that much, bro. It'll just compromise my manhood, compromise my morals. But niggas just love money way too much, bro. I don't know. It's not that serious to me to link up with men for money.
Alleged activities with Diddy.
For little trinkets, chains, and gifts.
From what I deal with Diddy. Real street forever. The king of Philly. Whoa.
Memes flooded.
Hope you would forgive for Diddy. Run that back, bro. What?
Social platform, with users getting increasingly creative in their mockery. One particularly viral meme made Meek and Diddy into a movie poster parody titled Diddy Diddy Bang Bang, playing off the classic film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, a much more explicit implication, and another describing Meek and Diddy as booty brothers. Meek's bad boy dreams were quickly turning into nightmares, and his comments section became a battlefield that he just couldn't win, with fans relentlessly trolling him using Diddy-themed wordplay and taunting him to keep...
He deserved every bit of it, bro. You set yourself up for that, bro. We can't feel sorry for you at all.
If you're gay. But perhaps the most savage development was when audio of two men aggressively going at it hit the web, with everyone claiming that it was Meek and Diddy making the kind of hits that you won't find on Billboard. But Meek's humiliation wasn't just coming from anonymous internet trolls and meme pages. Soon enough, actual celebrities started piling on, common behavior for a Diddy party, turning what was already a public relations nightmare into an industry-wide roasting session. Again, common practice at Diddy's parties. The first big name to take shots was Andrew Tate, of all people, the straight alleged would waste no time jumping into the fray as soon as the allegations surfaced. Tate quote tweeted his own months-old post about avoiding famous people because they're all gay and weird. Ironic coming from the once self-professed most famous man in the world.
I would avoid famous people because they seem like they gay and weird, bro. I'm cool with, you know what I'm saying, they can be gay, but they be gay and weird. That's what I'm not cool with.
But okay, when Meek tried to clap back at Tate, bringing up the influencer's own legal troubles with trafficking allegations, Tate doubled down, making it clear he was just asking questions about what everyone else was already talking about. A bit rich coming from a man who spends most of his time shirtless with his attractive brother, but okay. By May, Meek had had enough. He would make what he thought was a smart move, unfollowing Diddy on Instagram, but it backfired completely. This apparent attempt to distance himself was actually seen as an admission of guilt, triggering another wave of mockery, and with that, the celebrity pylon only intensified. Again, like a Diddy party after the Tusi arrives. Soulja Boy, who had a completely unrelated beef with Meek over some producer drama, went straight for the jugular with a tweet that had the internet in shambles. The timing was perfect, or perfectly terrible for me.
Soulja Boy was loading up that Draco. As soon as Nicki Minaj dropped that ammo pack for him to pick up, he picked that motherfucker up and ready to bust that motherfucking gun. He shot that shit right at the motherfucking head. Didn't Diddy play? And yo, whoa. Whole lot of
distance himself from Diddy, and Soulja Boy just reminded everyone exactly why. A few days later, he would also go on Instagram Live to apologize for some other drama with Metro Boomin, but somehow managed to circle back to Meek.
And Meek Mill, mind your business. Ain't Diddy playing in your booty hole?
Oh! He playing in it? That's a nasty nigga right there. No wonder he has so much baby oil. Lubrication.
Ain't Diddy you in your ass?
Whoa!
The Mayback truck.
But while Meek was busy defending himself from Twitter trolls, he also had to deal with getting clowned by his longtime arch nemesis.
Crazy beef right here.
See, if there's one person in the public eye who's been on Meek's helmet, apart from Diddy, it's DJ Academics. The media personality and streamer had been beefing with Meek for years, with their feud dating all the way back to 2017 over Academics supposedly not promoting Meek's album properly. By 2020, Meek was publicly trying.
What? That nigga ain't had no obligation to promote motherfucking that nigga album, bro. He got a whole major label behind him, bro. He should get on they ass, bro. Shit, what the fuck?
Cancel Academics, even threatening to put a hit on him. When somebody who gets hit by men is threatening to send hitmen, you know you're in trouble. This was a threat serious enough that Academics reportedly contacted the police in response.
Just remember that Meek Mill is nothing but a hypocrite. And again, yo, I don't know if you have issues with 6ix9ine, you clearly do. You don't want to address him. You got issues with Nicki's man, you don't want to address him. You got issues with Nicki, you don't want to address that. Cool, I get it. Ack is supposed to be the dude who, like, yo, you could just get everything off on. Cool.
Everybody wearing rainbow gear is crazy, but I'm gonna just assume that this is 6ix9ine merch. So we just gonna leave it with that.
I'm just trying to tell you that, bro. Like, I'm just not into being bullied. So if you got like some tough that you have to do, keep it that way. Just stop snitching on yourself. Stop telling the world you're greenlighting people, and just do what you have to do.
That's a real message, bro. Like, real talk, bro. If you really bout that shit, bro, just do it, bro. Nobody want to see you self-snitching and doing all that talking, bro. If you really bout that shit, what you say, bro, just do it.
Right now, like, when you say greenlighting, I send that to the police. I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, yo, are you greenlighting?
So, when the Diddy Meek allegations hit in 2024, Big Academics saw an opportunity that he could not pass up. Within hours of Lil Rod's lawsuit hitting the internet, he was live on Twitch, going through the entire 73-page indictment.
God damn, bro. That's what them $1 billion do, bro. Cause he really look like an old nigga right here. But shit, all them other pictures you with, when he popping out of the club, bro, look young as hell.
Page by page. And when he reached the footnote describing a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, Academics immediately stopped scrolling and connected the dots to Meek, with his audience gobbling it up, like a complimentary buffet tray during a Freak-Off's halftime.
Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in intercourse with rapper 5, that's redacted. Look.
Sexual intercourse 5? Oh my God.
He's a Philadelphia rapper.
They should have redacted that information. Nigga don't want to know that.
Yo, Meek, we were playing around with that Michael Rubin. If you've been tweeting about
multiple men busting you down
planet
too?
Earth. If you don't get a Twitter rant saying you about to get Lil Rod killed, you about to shoot up his block, blow his mama's house up, this saying that you and Diddy were fornicating. What the Meek?
Fornication?
Ack went full prosecutor mode. He would roast Meek for tweeting about everything under the sun, except these allegations about him and Diddy getting freaky.
Yo, Meek, now ain't the time to be talking about switches on the street. They wanna.
It ain't, bruh. It's so many switches on the street that a security guard or a cop ain't stopping nothing. Yeah, we know that, but what about your ex-boyfriend, bro? What's up with that, bro? Was that your ex-boyfriend or not?
If you're a switch hitter, that's what we want to know. That we ain't talking about switches on guns. Are you a switch hitter? That's all we want to know.
But he wasn't satisfied with just discussing the lawsuit. He would go on to dig up tweets with every interaction between Meek and Diddy that suddenly looked suspicious as hell.
Like I said, look up the pool video. What happened in the pool? Oh, him belly flopping? Meek Mill pool. Oh, the fries on the lap? Nah, that was epic. That was epic. The fries on the lap was crazy.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
Nigga, don't call me that, bro. You gotta check that shit.
What are you talking about? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This is kind of like a daddy pose. Like, daddy. You feel me?
The stream racked up millions of views on.
He said it's a daddy pose. Hey, bro, they gotta wipe them pictures, bro.
And over 400k on YouTube, with clips spreading across social media faster than a freak-off rash. And what started as a footnote was now a full-blown hip-hop conspiracy theory with Academics as the lead investigator. And now, this is where things get really intense. Meek would warn Academics to stop mentioning his name, making vague threats about what would happen when they crossed paths in person, posts that only made him appear more unhinged. But Academics would flip Meek's aggression back on him quicker than Diddy flipping over Meek at a freak-off, suggesting that Meek was only angry before the speculation about his sexuality hit too close to home. What followed was an intense battle between.
And I feel like, because, you know what I'm saying, it's a little close to home. Philly is a wicked place. It's treacherous. Niggas feel like they got to be gangster. They got to be tough. They got to carry a gun. So that's probably why he feel like he got to act like he not gay. You feel like, because he's from the trenches. He's from the heart of the deep, treacherous neighborhoods. That he just got to be tough and play tough and be straight and have women and shit. But, bro, probably like dudes.
On social media,
ain't no
Academics
called
Meek washed up, and the two would continue to throw insults at each other. By March, Academics was claiming that cops showed up at his door, allegedly called by Meek himself, who ironically built his brand on anti-snitching anthems. Later that month, Meek had apparently had enough and would block Academics on X. On the flip side, Academics would declare victory instantly, boasting.
I'm telling you, bro, so many flags, bro. I know, bro. I know, and especially when niggas acting like females. There's some female shit. You blocking niggas and calling the police. Yeah, you was Diddy boyfriend. There's some shit my fucking baby mama would do. Block me and call the police on me.
Himself. The internet would diss Meek for taking an L from a media personality and streamer, and the streets really weren't feeling this look. But while Meek would stop Academics' trolling with the block button, what he couldn't block out were the millions of people who would go on to taunt him about being Diddy's booty call over the next months.
Booty bandit is nasty word.
Now, between February and September 2024, Meek caught occasional breaks from the relentless mockery, but each new development in Diddy's legal saga brought fresh waves of clowning. When federal agents raided Diddy's mansions in March, uncovering an enormous cache of baby oil.
AR-15s, drugs, 1,000 bottles of baby... Oh my God. Freak-off supplies. This is nasty.
Meek would be the butt of the memes, and when an alleged Diddy freak-off participants list hit the internet, Meek was specifically named as a VIP. And when feds snatched up Diddy on trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in charges in September, anybody who had ever breathed Diddy's musty air was under.
Boy, you know you a freaky ass nigga if your federal indictment is fucking blurred and got censorship. Boy, y'all ass is beyond freaky.
Scrutiny, especially Meek, who found himself right back in the digital crosshairs. All the evidence pointing to his alleged relationship with Diddy would make the rounds again, with people clowning him for allegedly getting his cheeks clapped by the diddler. This time, Meek would hit back with the oldest play in the self-defense handbook, blame it all on a conspiracy. He posted his notifications feed like it was evidence at a trial, claiming that bots were running a coordinated hit job on powerful figures like himself. And now whoever they is supposed to be, Meek left that to our imagination.
My voice so powerful as a black man from the ghetto worldwide, they want it gone. I'm a real street king, straight out the trenches under the control of no human. They learn how to damage, can't stop us, brands from bots and campaigns like politicians. I have no fucking idea what you talking about, gang. You need a PR team, bro. Somebody to tweet for you, bro. None of this shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
By September the 24th, Meek would go full Alex Jones, offering $100,000 in cash.
Nigga, you need to hire a team to tweet for you, dickhead. Look who is powering the media involved, bro. Ain't no power and no media involved, bro. We see the pictures, we see the moments, we see the occasions y'all having together. All you gotta do is say, is you gay or not? Is you bisexual or not? You already getting clown. Fuck, come out, nigga. You might get you some more men. I know that's what you like.
Money to anyone who could prove how his name got tangled up in Diddy's legal nightmare. This desperate move only made him look worse and gave celebrities fresh ammunition to mock him. For one, 50 Cent, who's been going at Diddy's neck for months over the allegations, immediately capitalized on the situation. Crazy. 50 would post an AI-generated video showing Meek and Diddy in wigs, essentially laughing at Meek for trying to pay his way out of a situation that his own public behavior created. Even lesser-known personalities started getting their shots in too. Actor Julio McCullum jumped on the bandwagon, responding to Meek's $100,000 tweet with the viral picture of him and Diddy twinning.
This picture looked like a mini freak off, bro. What is the midget doing in between them, bro? Why is he in the picture?
At this point, the pattern was clear. The more Meek tried to deny, the more evidence of his seemingly bizarre relationship with Diddy kept surfacing. On November 19th, footage from Meek's 27th birthday party in 2014, hosted by none other than the Diddler himself, hit the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail revealed that Diddy had rented the Parisian Paris for $25,000 to throw an
Oh, Diddy wanted them cheeks, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Just hand me the cash. Hand me the cash, gang. Don't have to throw me no party, bro. Hand me the cash and, bro, I'll invite you to the party. But you goddamn setting up a party and decorating it and putting money down on it and making sure it's, bro, what kind of shit y'all got going on?
Party for Meek, with masked dancers, lingerie-clad women, and men eating sushi off naked models. The property manager described the double fish buffet celebration as disgusting, claiming
that's what I'm saying, bro. Weird. Why niggas just can't eat sushi off a plate, bro? Why I gotta be a naked bitch, bro? That's unsanitary, gang.
Was cocaine like powdered sugar everywhere, along with used blood on the bedding and lubricant on the dressers and marble floors. Now, for the record, marble floors are very porous. You don't want to be pouring baby oil on those. These weren't exactly the kind of party details you'd want attached to your name when you're trying to shake off rumors of your relationship with Diddy. Like all the other allegations, Meek would deny these too. But at this point, he knew the damage to his reputation was beyond repair. So his only move left was to completely denounce any ties with Diddy. And that's exactly what he did. In a video that quickly went viral, Meek would shut down any connection that linked him with Diddy.
Yo, Shaw, what's up?
Yeah, y'all already know we playing out
Let's go. Real life.
You know, Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me, you heard?
Meek, yeah, Meek.
See, that's cool and all. Like, you could say that, but would you say that if Diddy was free? That's the only problem. Like, I would really honestly, genuinely believe you if Diddy was free. But since Diddy locked up, bro, it just seemed like everybody just popping their shit, bro, getting their shit off. Because they know he can't defend himself.
Seemingly ignoring the fact that just a few years earlier, he was calling Diddy his mentor, featuring him in videos, and jumping in his swimming pool while Diddy called him daddy. For a rapper who'd built his brand on keeping it real, most people saw these seemingly desperate attempts to rewrite history.
The pose, he looked stressed out, bro. Like, if you swimming, bro, it's supposed to be fun. It don't supposed to be look like a cool-off session, like you cooling your butt. Whatever.
Authentic as a $3 bill. Even Whack 100 and Loose Cannon couldn't help mocking how Meek wanted to suddenly backtrack after all the evidence had surfaced.
Meek Mill clowning now. Meek Mill holler no Diddy gang now.
Yeah, but he can't really say that when the landlord came out and said that after you...
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. This nigga gotta be on the spectrum. I be feeling like he is every bit of slow, bro. Can't talk. Bruh, be just like, you be like, get it out, bruh, say it. Damn, nigga got a brain problem or something.
Meek Mills, it was blood and dookie all over the
Come on, nigga, spit it out.
After Diddy ran through you.
You said blood and dookie?
Mm-hmm.
Dookie?
Damn, Meek, dookie.
Dookie?
After years of studio sessions, VIP lounges, and matching outfits with his daddy Diddy, Meek suddenly wanted the world to believe that they were barely acquaintances. But was he really just another industry acquaintance in Diddy's extensive network, or was he something more? The truth is, we might never know for certain what really went down between Meek and Diddy, but hip-hop has always been a genre.
I ain't even gonna lie. We may never know, and I don't give a fuck, bruh. That's that man business. If he got buzzed down for Diddy, he probably got paid for it. He probably got whatever he wanted out of life for that. And that's what he wanted to do with his life. Me and him is two different niggas. But he can rap his ass off. I wish he didn't have to go that route, but you know, it is what it is. That's what he wanted to do with his personal life, so.
Exception, and in that unforgiving
More
court, the
power
streets have
to
already
you,
rendered
bro.
their verdict. Meek's carefully crafted street image has been permanently tarnished by his association with Diddy, a stain that no amount of blotting, damage control, or conspiracy theories has managed to wash away. That Diddy's Boy label follows him to this day when he least expects it, and the internet's permanent memory and hip-hop's love for legendary scandals and its deep-rooted homophobia means that this shadow will likely hang over Meek's head for years to come, which just goes to show you that you can beat cases, survive beefs, and overcome industry obstacles, but you can't outrun your bad choices in who you associate with and what parties you go to. And even if it's all untrue, the unfortunate fact is, Meek Mill will never be able to erase the damage done to him by associating with the diddler.
I ain't gonna lie, that man look gay as hell in the cut, bro. But that's the video, man. Trap Lord Ross came back with another banger. Is Diddy gay or not? We will know. I guess we will never know. You feel what I'm saying? But that is the video. I am black as shit. God damn, I need to cut a light on. Might have to redo this motherfucker, but appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. It's work MachineZo, and we gonna be back with another one. Appreciate it.